I found all these things very fascinating. So that's why when Savitri told me that I'm going to do a workshop on R, immediately tell that I will going to teach or not teach. I will going to discuss the topic reproducible research with R. Most of you people might be writing your research article using the LaTeX software and Word software. Means my talk will be just after what you do when you finish your analysis and in the stage of writing. So how you can do all those things with the help of R, that I will be discussing. Before moving to my presentation, I will like to just share a 2-minute video with all of you. I think this is it visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
So I guess this is what the slide, this video is being shown, that how we are doing our uh, research, whatever we are doing with our research, and then we are writing it. But as soon as the data changes, the graph, tables, the values in the tables, all those are changing. We are copying again from the software. Either we are doing it on the SPSS or R or Excel, and just cut paste and again reformatting our uh, what we can say document. How we can do it without or how we can automate all these things so that this can be done without any hesitation. That will be the one of the basic thing that I will be discussing. So don't worry, these all these things. So in the first session, I will be discussing about R, and earlier when I entered into my uh, PhD course. So I started like this. I use SPSS for data analysis, and then I use Word for writing my document. Then I got frustrated with Word because a few people are using it and learning how to do that. So there is a lot of difficulty I found in formatting the tables, figures, managing the citation, and also the most important, how we statistician have to write down a lot of equations. So typing equation in Word and then adjusting them. So really I got frustrated with that. Then I tried of switching between the programs and screen, and the chance of committing error in that quite become high. So After that, I learned LaTeX software and R also simultaneously. At that time, I was in BHU. Fortunate enough, I have got good workshops being conducted for LaTeX and R. So I learned, and then I started with SPSS, R, and LaTeX. Word was not there, so in LaTeX, I'm very much fortunate that formation of formatting the table, figure, citation, equation. I have written my whole thesis into the LaTeX also. So all this stuffs was not there, but still I have to do my data analysis on the R and importing the output in the form of the figure or whatever the results I'm getting. I have to again write it down in the LaTeX, sometime copying paste, sometime manually. Uh, but still, SPSS is a paid software. So slowly and gradually, just I am using R and LaTeX, and I am very much satisfied with that. But how do I write now? So let me tell you that now, with the help of R Markdown, I'm doing everything in the R Markdown, and I'm very happy with that because I do not have to get frustrated with the word. The most important thing now, I do not have to do the copy and the paste or from R to LaTeX also. Everything is within the R. I call the data into the R. I write down the codes for data cleaning in the R. I prepare graph and table inside the R, and also I write down my whole document into the R. The most important thing is that with the LaTeX, I can only reproduce the results in the form of the PDF, but in R Markdown, the output is much more than that. So, why our markdown is very much important for all of us because it is quite efficient. At at a single point, you have to write down your text. You have to cite the resources. You can write down the codes for cleaning your data, write down the codes for analyzing your data, preparation of the table, and the plot in a one screen. So all the text and the code are there into a single program, and you can redo it whenever you want. Means if you will say that, okay, Dr. Anup, can you reproduce the result of your thesis of chapter number 2? So I am not sure whether I can reproduce it that or not, because the thing at that time I have did my data analysis with the use of Excel, SPSS. Some of the things I did in R. I tits and bits things are put in the folder, and then I write down my research article or the that chapter of my thesis. So I am not sure I can reproduce my chapter number 2 again at this particular point of time. What I did way back some 10 to 12 years back. But if I have done in this way, so definitely I can say with 100%, yes, I can reproduce all my thesis on a single click. So just I want to influence you people that you do your documentation with the help of R Markdown. If you are learning how to program with R, how to do data analysis with R, so definitely this R Markdown is going to help you a lot. And this is the future also. That is what fascinated me, why I switched to from LaTeX to R Markdown, because the output I can get in the form of the word also. In means basically, if I send my research article for statistical journal, so definitely if it is of good standard, so they prefer LaTeX. LaTeX they want for publication. But when I come to this Department of Biostatistics, at that point of time when I have to collaborate with my uh, uh, other people, and but they want the research article in the form of the word. They want their output in the form of the word. So at that time, I started again doing copy and paste, but I was searching a path. So I found this R Markdown and I switched to it, and I got fascinated with it a lot. Uh, this is we cannot we all know that this R and R Markdown is the open source. So this is already being discussed with you. The This term reproducibility is also one of the very important thing. You people might have also seen into the video that if somebody have sent you a data, you just did the analysis, prepare his table, graph, and chart, and send back to him. After 2 or 3 days, he just added 2 or 3 more new cases, or he have just corrected his data and tell you that again redo the analysis. So it becomes a Herculean task that again you have to do the data cleaning and prepare his table and chart, and again copy, cut, paste, and just send him back. And after 4 or 5 days, again he will tell you that okay, this is some error. One more variable is also added. So this reproducibility, when you are doing the consultation with the client or with your collaborators, is become quite difficult. But with the help of this technique, it will be just very much simple for you, and it will save quite a lot of time for you. Uh, why I am discussing with Amit to learn this R Markdown, because I am collaborating with him in various research article. In fact, my students are also he's co-guide of my PhD student also. That's why I'm telling him that Amit, learn these things. So today is also there. So if you have to collaborate with the person who is not in your department, who is sitting in some another institute, maybe India or outside of India. So if you learn how you can um, do the uh, mm, do your documentation with the help of the R Markdown, and then also use GitHub or Git to collaborate with your people. So it will become quite easy for you to keep a track that what changes you have done and what changes they have done in code and in also in the documentation. So so this, by this practice, it you have to invest some time to learn this, and I can bet you that it will save your lot of resources and time, because as a researcher, the only resource you people have is the time. So it will save a lot of time for you, and it will pay you a lot. This is what I am also discussing, that most of the research which are being published in good journal, even you can see various reports that there are 63 publication into the uh, nature, which have changed the way clinicians are thinking. But out of those 63, only 7 are reproducible. So that is quite disturbing for them, that whatever you do your research, and you, on the basis of the result, you make some guideline to do the future things. But if those research is not reproducible, how you can faith on the results? So that's why now the each and every journal, even into the there's not only the clinical setup, but also into the economic or engineering setup, they want that whatever you do, we want, they also call you that also send your data, also send your code, so that and keep all things into the appendix, so that any their or their reader, who they can reproduce the results. And to make it more simplify, now the good journal, they are asking that you write down in the R Markdown and share your R Markdown file, so that whosoever download or that R Markdown file, they can reproduce your result simultaneously. So this particular talk, I am going to discuss or introduce you people with the R Markdown, and means setting the metadata, how you can write down the text. Definitely, if you are writing a research article, so you also need to manage the references, how you can add code into your document, figure and tables, and then um, uh, how you can means in the LaTeX, if you have seen that you can label the your equation and also code that equation into the text. So how you can do that functionality. So this will be the objective of the talk. So I have already, you people might be have done all these things, that you have downloaded this R and R Studio. So for doing this R Markdown, if you have downloaded the R Studio, so R Markdown is automatically, it is a package into the R, which is automatically uh, um, bundled with R Studio. eh? So you can see that how this R Markdown just look like. What you have to just do is that you have to make few changes into the R Markdown that is being given over there in these slides. These are by default, but you can, if it is not by default, then you can change it. One more thing that you people have to do, that if you want your output in the form of the PDF, so you have to also download this package Teeny Tech. Means if LaTeX is already installed into your computer, so no need to download Teeny Tech. But if you people haven't used LaTeX, so you have to also install this package Teeny Tech. This will help you to get the PDF in the form of the in the form of the PDF, get the output in the form of the PDF. This DPLYR is for the data management, and Stranger is for preparing the table, and ggplot2 is for preparing your graphs and table with the help of the data. So who have done all these R Markdown? So for R Markdown, if you have, you can see that is Eliar, Zui, Mark Pearson et al. So this person, Eliar, he is the chief of R Studio, but Z, he is the man who have converted the Pandoc software to R Markdown. So this person is responsible for this R Markdown. He is a Chinese person, uh, very shy and very workaholic. I have seen his few lectures. So if you can also find out time, you can learn this. For changing a great transformation, this Wickham, he is responsible for preparing a software which name is Tidyverse, which have changed the way we used to do data analysis into the SPSS. But once this Tidyverse have come into the R, I completely left SPSS and I do all my data analysis with the help of this Tidyverse software. I will also illustrate how we can do that. Stranger is for preparing the table, but there are other popular alternatives, Netar and Cable Extra and Hughes table. So this R Markdown cheat sheet, when I started doing my documentation with the help of R Markdown, this cheat sheet helped me a lot. So you can also download it and keep it on your desktop. There are other resources also, and this R Markdown, the definitive guide. This is an open source book, and this helped me a lot to learn to do the things in R Markdown. And this book, R for Data Science, uh, is a Bible of doing data analysis in R. So this is also very nice, very lucid written book, and also freely available. So you can definitely have these two as your references. So during this workshop, I will be illustrating many things are marked down with the help of cheat sheet, and it is the most helpful resource for you also. Okay. Now, how to do the R Markdown? You can just I can illustrate you in the R Studio also, but there is one part. There are two parts into the R Markdown. One part is the YAML part, another part is the text, and another third part is the code chunk. So basically, for us, these three are the most important part. So first part is this YAML, then text, and then code chunk. So we have to learn some rule and some basic principle that how we can do this in R. So once we are through with the rule, the magic will become. Okay. So just moving to this R, and just you can see here, and you can go to this R markdown. So as soon as you will click on this R markdown, this pop-up will open up, and here it will ask you that what is the title of the document. So you can write down the title like this. Just a minute. So just you can write the title like this, the introduction with R markdown, and the name of the author and date. And if you'll click on this, it will just select the current date. The default output is HTML, PDF, and Word. And then click OK. So it will write down this. You can see this three part. This is what I was discussing. This is the YML part. The title you can write it down here. Author is Anup Kumar. Date. This is the system date. So whenever you will run it, the same date will come. You can see that the way it is being written. And then output is in the form of the HTML. Then this is the general setup, and R markdown, include plots. So how just I will run this, click on it. So before running it, you have to save it. So you can save it in some folder. I am saving it in a folder. And its name is first. So it will run and it will give you the output here. You can see the introduction to R markdown, Anup Kumar this, and you can see that all these stuffs are here into the. Okay. So this is what it is saying, that you have to click on the net, and it will compile the code and text into the output. Sorry. So this is what you people will get. So now at this particular point of time, I would like to ask that how many of you are able to generate this output? How many of you are able to generate this output? Anybody of you are uh, so just try to, what you people have to do, just open the R Studio and open this R Markdown and just net. So you people do not have to write down anything, just net and see whether output is being generated there or not. I hope that you people can do it, or just do it. So it will be checked that whether R Markdown is properly installed or working in your system or not. In my file, it's downloading dependencies right now. Yes, you have to save it. You have to save it in some just prepare a folder in the name of our workshop, and just save it there. Now, what is the, if you just simply change and knit to Word, I have just changed. Now earlier I have knit to HTML, knit to Word. So as soon as I have selected and knit to Word, you can see HTML underscore document, Word underscore document default, and HTML underscore. So you can see the same text I am getting in the form of the Word. Okay, you can see. And if I just simply write down knit to PDF and blah, the magic is that you will also going to get this in the form of the PDF also. So that is what is very important for all of us to understand, that just we have written the text and the code, and we are getting the output in the various format. So this actually help us a lot to or this is quite a magic for us, that we are just simply busy in writing and coding. We are not bothered about again writing the things into the Word. It is generating our output in the form of the Word. No, but this magic comes at some cost or comes at some trick. So the objective is that how we are going to learn that trick. Okay, so the trick is that we have to understand that there are three components. The anatomy of R Markdown is simply divided into these three components. One component is this YAML document, where we define our title, output, name, author, date, bibliography, lot of initial things that we have to write down over here. And then we have to write down the text. So there are certain rule that we have to follow, that how we have to write down the text, and then we have to write down the codes also. So I will also tell you that how you can compile it. Okay, what thing is that this R Markdown is not only for preparing the document, we can also use R Markdown for preparing our presentation. Lot of people are writing book with the help of book down package, and people are also preparing their website, personal website, with the help of blog down package. So it is not only R Markdown just remain at the step of writing the documents, presentations, books, website, blogs. Lot of things people are doing with the help of this. So what are the rules to for setting the metadata? So YAML overview. This R Markdown document in the short form, you can see its extension is .rmd. Okay. So it start with hyphen, 3 pair of hyphens, and these two, title and output, are there. So title you have to write down in the form of a small, and then this semicolon, write down the title of your document, and then output, that in which form you need the output. Okay, so title and output are the basic variable of this YAML document, and they are followed by a colon. There are other sub options also, and you can find out those sub options with the help of this Pandoc user guide and R Markdown cheat sheet also there. You can see that if you'll go to here help, and in the help, if you come to cheat sheet, so here you can find out in the cheat sheet R Markdown cheat sheet. So as soon as you'll click on it, this cheat sheet will be downloaded for you. Okay, so you can have a print of these cheat sheet with you, and it have summarized all the things. Whenever you have to refer, you can refer with this. Okay. Or this pandoc user guide, actually with the, this is the basic thing which convert RMD file into MD file, and then this MD file is converted into Word, PDF or LaTeX. So you can see title, author, date, bibliography. Here you have to write down the name of the bibliography database. CSL is the class. This will define that in which class you need the output. If you people are using with the LaTeX, in over there also there is a class, there's an article class, or you can here prepare your own class. And this is the output, that in which form you need the output. Okay. So one important thing that you people have to take care, if this is the string, so you have to write it down into the double quote. Okay, you can see output options are there. So the one more important thing is that you can get the output in the form of the PDF, and you can also get the output in the form of the text. So if you write down this keep underscore text true, so you will also have your output in the form of the text also. Okay. So if simply if you'll write it like down this just these two, and so just written it is the title and the output, and then if I will knit it, okay, so you can see that this is the output here I am getting in the form of the HTML. Okay, and if I want the output in the form of the LaTeX, so I have to simply just this LaTeX format is not available there, so just I have to change this and let this. So you can see that I got my output in the form of the LaTeX. So you have written all the code for us, and begin document, make title, end document. Okay, so that is what quite fascinating for me, that just writing a single line, it is doing a lot of work for us. And I've also shown you that if you write down PDF underscore document, it will produce PDF, Word underscore document, it will produce the Word document. So this is not the only end. There are a lot of other format by which you can write down this PDF, GitHub document, MD document, ODT document, RTF document. And there is also presentation, Beamer presentation, ISO slide presentation. If you want your output in the form of the PowerPoint, you can also get the PowerPoint, Beamer at the same time with the same code, and slide presentation. So these are the presentations output. One thing that you have to take care, that for this PDF document, we are going to focus on this only, but different output formats have slightly different customization. So that with the course of time you will learn also. So this is the rule of the R, that whenever there is a string, you have to keep it in the single quote or the double quote. This error I was making, and I am not getting the output. So I left learning R markdown. But I just focused on it, that you have to always keep the string into the double quote. This is the basic fundamental principle. Then you can also write down like this: subtitle, author, and date, and the output. So quotation marks are optional for string without special character. So subtitle, you can just write it like down this, and okay. If you want to write down the footnote, just simply you have to follow this step. Just, you can see wherever you want to write down the footnote, this is the principle. Just raise to the power in the Excel, and then if you will just net it. So sorry, I have to change it into the It is document underscore yes. So you can see that this one is coming here and that footnote is coming here. So these are the few. Okay. Now here you have to think that what is being written over here, that I will also be coming to it, that you have to prepare your database for the reference, and this is the class of the database. So I will be discussing this also. Okay. So this bibliography and this class. So this is the class which are being presented at various um, publication agencies website also. You may download it and keep it here also. Now there are some other optional also. You want to output in the form of the PDF or date that is being. Now, so once your this YML is set up, another thing that we have to discuss, that how we have to write down the text. So writing the text is almost very simple nowadays in R Markdown. When I started doing the R Markdown, at that time it was quite difficult, but now it has become very simple. If you know how to write down in the Word, you can write down into the R Markdown. Okay. So this R Markdown, just simply you can write down over here. If you will keep the spaces, it will ultimately arrange it for you also. The way the things are being in LaTeX here also, it understand that this is the gap which is not required, so it will arrange it for you. Okay. If you'll change the line without giving any notation, it will write down into the output will be on the same line. Okay, so two line or more spaces at the end of the line introduce the hard break. So if you will add a space, so it will just put it into the another line. Uh, or if you will start with this vertical line which are being kept, so the indent, it will follow the indent like this. Okay. If you will start the line with this black quotes, so in the God we trust, all other must bring data. So again here also you can see the output can be written like this. Okay. Just if you want to change the paragraph, the first sentence of the paragraph as it preceded by a blank line, this is the second sentence of the paragraph which is followed by a blank line. Just you have to enter, this is the first sentence of the new paragraph and it is preceded by a blank line. So you have to just enter and one more enter. So you have to just create this blank line. So this is the second. Uh, so if you'll be doing like this, so how to change the paragraph the way you people are doing into the Word, so it will understand that how you can do the things. Now, if you want to write down in, this is quite interesting that it has the headers are comes up to uh, 6th level. Here, if you are just putting single quote and then writing down the introduction, so the font you can see it is like this. And if you are putting the double quote, so this font size will become bit somewhat smaller. Triple quote, the font like will become some more smaller. 4 quote and then introduction, and 5. So you can see that the header size is going to depend upon how many times you are putting this hashtag before that. If you want to write down the italics, what you have to do, just put a star before and after or underscore before and after. For bold, you have to put 2 star or 2 underscore. And for bold italics, you have to put a star and then underscore, or underscore and then star. It will give you bold and italics both. Okay. If you want to strike through, means it is quite rare. So you can just tilde sign and then strike through. It will be become like this. They try to copy the things which are being done into the word. If you want to link something, so what you have to do, that conclusion and hashtag conclusion. So this conclusion is the name of that particular intro section. So you just click on this conclusion, it will take you that to that particular section. So this is the way you can internally link to the each other. Similarly, if you want some external link also, so the logic is same. In the rectangular bracket, you write down what is the thing to which you are linking, and in the first bracket, you have to write down the name of that particular website. You can also link your email. Just simply write down email and then mail to and write down your email. It will becomes email me. Okay, or just in this uh, rectangle curly bracket, not curly bracket, and just in this, if you write down, it will become simply your email ID like this. Somebody will just click it and it will bring it to the email. Now, since you people are from the statistical or mathematical background, so typing equation into your document is a important part, integral part. If you people know how to write down into the LaTeX, so it will be very simple for you because the principle is same. If you have to write down the inline equation just into the dollar sign, you have to write down the equation like this: E is equal to mc square. It will produce E is equal to mc square for inline equation, means if you have to type in the equation. But if you have to type referred equation, so you have to put it into the double dollar sign, so it will produce a equation which is not an inline, but instead it is on a separate line. Okay, for footnote, already you can see, you can just put this exclamation mark and write down the footnote. So this particular caret sign, which comes before the left square bracket, so this syntax works in YML as well as in the text also. And footnote in YML gets symbol, and in text they get number. So if you do like this, you have to just take care of this also. Okay. Another important thing that we have to take care of the footnote is that this sign and then identifier. So Dr. Doe holds a PhD degree in rock science, and if it will be written like this, and then defense underscore date. She defended her date thesis in 2017. Okay. Now, what is uh, this? You can see that instead of writing a lot of, if you have a very big footnote, so you can write down your footnote like this. Okay, so the output will be Dr. Doe holds a PhD degree in rock science, and the footnote that she defended her thesis in 2017. It will be like this. So this is also you can do in the form of the node identifier. If you want to list, or if you want to enumerate your some documents, so that can be done with the help of this artistic mark, plus sign or minus sign. So just put minus sign, books, article, report. So it will be, the output will be like this: books, article, reports. And if you will be writing like this, plus book, plus article, so this is the nested list, and then minus sign, published, underscore, and then again plus revised and resubmitted, and minus sign, work in progress. So this is the way you can write down the nested list into the markdown. If you want to put the list numbering, so you have to simply write down the one dot books. So it will do the numbering for you also. Uh, Syntax with the dashes, two hyphen grouped together, you can see it will become this single hyphen n dash, and if three hyphen are there, so it will become m dash. So if you want to give the dash, so you can use these dashes in this way. If you want to write down superscript or subscript, it will be simply CO2 like this, a pair of tilde is there. And if you want to write down the superscript, it will be simply R square, 2 square. So it will write it down it for you like this. So it will simply represent that what is going to be on to the top here, CO. So in this, what is going to on to the bottom. Okay. So this is, we have to discuss that this syntax in this R Markdown is somewhat different that what we have been doing to the LaTeX. Okay. Then we will be moving that how we have to manage the references. If you people have done it into the uh, LaTeX, so it will follow the same principle. Uh, the only thing that you have to remember that how you are going to cite it. So first thing is that you have to prepare a database into the form of the bib and name of that particular file. Now there are various ways by which you can prepare the database nowadays. You can use Jotaro, you can use what is the name of EndNote, uh, and you can just prepare your database in the form of the bib tag. I hope you people know how to prepare this database. So once your database is being prepared, it will just look like something like this. I can also show you one of my mm, so this is my one of the, and this is my RMD document, and here uh, this is one of my intramural project which is I'm going to submit. So here I have prepared reference, and the name of that particular file is reference.bib. So in the YML I have written bibliography and reference.bib. Okay, and then link citation, yes. So these two things I have to provide in the our YML file. I would like to show you that how this reference.bib is being like that. So if I'll click it, so you can see. Hello. Hmm. 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 आज ना हम लोगों का सेशन चल रहा है, इस वजह से आज थोड़ा मुश्किल हो पाएगा। इसलिए हाँ हाँ, आज हम लोगों का एक सेशन चल रहा है। यस यस, 1 बजे तक चलेगा, उसके बाद ही विल हेल्प यू। यस यस, इट इज, ही इज राइट, ही इज राइट, ही इज राइट, आई एम आल्सो इन दैट सेशन। तो कल देंगे, ठीक है। नहीं, मैं नहीं आ पाऊंगा, मैं नहीं आ पाऊंगा। हाँ, मैं नहीं आ पाऊंगा। ही विल कम, ही विल कम। थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू। So this is the, if you'll prepare your reference database like this, so you will get the output. And the most important thing, this is the keyword WHO 2018, Hele 2021, Shushan 2021. So you can see, if you don't know how to prepare this, you can simply, how I can show you. Let me check. I have something. Yeah, Mendeley. I have got Mendeley. So Mendeley is also one of the way by how you can prepare this. Jotaro is there. You can download Jotaro and Just you have to just simply import the DOI and it will prepare the this database for you. I use Mendeley, so let me try. Yes. So this is you can see. Uh, so if I want to add new file from the computer, enter manually or import the library. So it can be done from here. So I have prepared my database for work-life balance. All these things I have prepared my database over like this. And if I want to search something in this particular, I can search it here also. And all references, recently read, favorite, my publication, trash, and add new files from the computer. If I have any, uh, just if I'll go to the downloads. And, so you can see that this is the new thing which is being added, and the file is also there. So, but the authors are not added, and okay. So here, just by clicking this, I can add authors who are the authors of this, the last name and the first name. So simply, if I will, actually, this is the he is the author actually. And then year, uh, so you can see that this is how. Okay. Now the thing is that this is Christopher Garment tags file identifier. These are the various kind of identifiers. So I didn't find any identifier over here. Annotation, notebook. So this is how this particular things are being added. You can also uh, add it directly to this from the website also. Once you save it, so you will get your references in this format. Okay. So once this reference.bib file is there, it will be look like this only. And then what you have to do, that wherever you want to quote, look, I want to quote at the rate WHO 2018. So you can see that this is the way. I've quoted lot of with the help of this at the rate. This is the key. So in the rectangular bracket, just I have to write down at the rate and the key of that. Okay, and you can see that all these things, Bhattu and Chakravarti, Lakshmi et al. And in the end, I have got all the references. Okay, with the DOI. So this is how you can do the referencing here also. Okay. And this is one of the format that at the rate article in, and this is what you have to quote Bennett 2015. So at the rate Bennett 2015, that you have to quote this thing. You have to just take care with the help of the you have got lot of referencing style at this Jotaro file for different style are available at this particular you can uh, there are 10,378 style files, so you can just select which style file actually you required for your these are different generals, and all the style files for the generals are available over here. So you can simply uh, just uh, just link, or you can source it, just download it for your, and you can reproduce your output in that particular format. Just a minute. So .csl file affect the style only into the outputs. No matter how you are giving your database, just whatever the CSL file you are taking, it will produce the output in that particular format. Okay. So all citation key, it will start with @ while into the square bracket. So into the square bracket this key, it will become this. Okay. And if you're not using this rectangular bracket, it will be simply without this curly braces, it will be like this. If you just only want to code the year, you have to just put dash @ it will just produce you the year. And if this bracket is also not there, just remove the bracket, it will only produce the year. And if you want to produce the page number, so you have to mention which page number. Okay, 35. So it will just give you the output like this. And if you want to produce the @ Bennett 33 to 35, so it will be producing your. So there are various ways by which you can do it. You can see chapter 1. If you want to put 2, this and this, and this comma for details. Um, all these output will come under the APA 7th edition. If you will change the CSL class, so all these things will change accordingly. Okay. So what you have to just take care that all the citation key will start with @ as into the LaTeX. You can you follow that all this will follow that \ref sign. So that is what thing we have to. So if individual style may or may not use additional information, as soon as if you change the style file, it cannot be like this. You can say clever sentence 1 as well @ Bennett 35. So here it is not going to take this. Okay. So in the last, it will be coming like this, references, the list of whatever you have quoted into your document. At the end, all the references will be added, and it will be shown like this, as I have shown in one of my research article. So if you want to link the citation, means if you want to just click and move to the reference, so you have to just simply add link citation, yes, and also link color blue. Okay, so it will definitely convert your that into that blue. So for more detail, you can just look at this R Markdown, the definitive guide, and so once you are done with the references, now since you people are learning how to add, how to code into the R, so how this code can be added into R Markdown, that is what very important for all of us to learn. So whenever you have to write down code into the R Markdown, you have to write it down in these chunk. Okay. So this is very much important for all of us to understand. Okay. Now, if you can see, uh, here what I have been doing, that I will be simply, let me tell you, just a minute, desktop, shop, workshop, master, test. So there is a data in the form of the Excel. Okay, so this is the data in the form of the Excel, and you can see that this data is there, and this data is about I got it for the analysis way some for 3 or 4 year back for from the neonatology department. So for that, some identifiers are there, so I deleted all those identifiers. So it started with the gender of the baby, date of admission, date of birth, and gestational age. Let me tell you, this gestational age, when it come to myself, it was written 34 week 2 days. It is written like this only, so I have to convert it into the numeric. Birth weight is in kg. Then others, there are various other uh, clinical. So for illustration, I will be just focusing upon the gestation age of the baby. So I will call this data into the R markdown, and we'll do some basic statistics with this category, with this numerical variable GA.
Sir, is
Okay.
this data is uploaded for us?
This data is not uploaded for you, so I can send this data to you right now.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so just a minute. In the chat, whether it is possible to upload.
Yes, sir. It is possible to upload in chat box also.
Okay, just a minute. I have to just drag it, na. Uh, I cannot. I'm not able to do it.
Otherwise, send to the mail also, sir.
Uh,
Savitri Joshi ma'am को mail करेगा.
okay, just a minute. Just a minute. Give it to me. Send. Savitri. Reply.
I'm sharing it, sir.
Okay, Savitri. Thank you. So what I will be telling you, that just simply, this is not a very big thing, that I'm not going to tell you any data analysis. I just want to share that how you can code data analysis into the R Markdown, and then reproduce the result in the form of the Word or PDF. So I will be focusing on this gestational age of the baby. You can see that they are in the range of 34, 37, 36. Okay. So first of all, if what I have to do is that title, I will be simply changing the title, uh, playing with data in R, playing with data in R Markdown, and the author is, you can put your name, and then okay, just knit it. Okay, playing with data in R Markdown. Now what I have to do, that I have to call this data into the R. So you can see that when you, if you will click on this, you will see this R. So it will definitely generate it this for you. Okay, I will keep it very simple, that I will call this data. So for calling this data, since it is in the Excel, so I will go to the environment, and in the environment simply I will just click on import data and import data from Excel. Okay, environment, import data from Excel, and I will browse to that particular folder where I have kept this term file, and I will click open. Oh, it will call the data for me. So simply I will copy this code from here, and I will simply paste it here. Okay. So what I have to do, I have to simply use this package read Excel. Then the name of that data which I will be using will be term read underscore SQL. This is the path, and then view term. So as soon as I will run this, so error path does not exist. Just a minute. Term read desktop R workshop RMD test. Just a minute. Okay, the thing is that I have to why this is not working, I am not sure. Import data, Excel,
Already Excel sheet
browse.
is open, sir.
Just a minute. Just browse desktop, and in desktop I have to go to the R workshop. In the R workshop, I am being a master. In the master, I am in the test. In the test, the term file is there. I will simply open it. Okay, and I will import it. Okay. Yes, it is being called there. So I have to simply use this copy, and in my first document, let me check whether now it is what the part does not exist. Some here it is being run term read underscore term dot Excel. Okay, so no problem with that. We have got this term data with me. Okay, so you can call this data. Just a minute. Here it is running, and like this. If I will control it, if I will run it here, yeah, here it is running. Here you do not have any problem in the console. Why it is not running here? That I do not understand. First time this is happening to me. Okay, so no problem. So what thing is that you have to simply put the things into the code. Okay, and once you will put it into the code, now I have the data in the name of the term. Okay, term data is there. So if I will run it, I will be looking at the data like this, and now I will use a library. Its name is tidyverse. I will again run this. So library tidyverse is being used, and then simply I will just use this GA, okay, term GA, and I want the summary of term GA, SUMMARY, summary of term GA. So it will simply give me the summary, minimum, maximum, 42. If I want to visualize this, I want the hist of this particular variable. And if I will run it, it will produce the histogram for me. Okay. So now this is what I am saying, that if you want to code something, now again next step, that I want to draw a sample of size 50 from GA variable and calculate the mean again. So this is the objective. So what I have to do, I have to draw a sample of size 50. So just I have to insert this code, and then what I want a sample कहाँ से सैंपल चाहिए, टर्म $GA से सैंपल चाहिए, साइज क्या होना चाहिए, 50. Okay, and I will simply, when I will run this, I just selected a sample of size 50 from this, and I want a mean of this particular. So it will simply giving me to the 37. But as soon as I will change, it will change, because the random sampling is changed, and everything is doing like this. Now, so that's why okay. So if now what I did, that this is the histogram, and then 50, 50, 50. I simply have written this code for preparing the sampling distribution. So just a minute. So this is the code chunk. So what I did, now I will draw a sample of size 1000. Size will be 100, and I will be repeating it, drawing the sample for 1000 times, then preparing the summary of this, and then I will be plotting these y. Okay, summary of y on this. So you can see the R console. This is the sampling and this is the sampling distribution of the mean. It will be coming like this. So what I did, I just taken the sample for 1000 times. The sample size is of 100. Then I repeat this for 1000 times, just sample from term GA of size 100. So all these things are stored in Y. The mean, all these mean are stored in Y. Then I find out what is the summary of Y and what is the standard deviation of Y, SQRT variance of Y. And I plotted this on this. So this will simply giving me the sampling distribution of the mean X bar. And you can see that this is how the sampling distribution simply looks like for the mean term GA. Now I am doing this into the code, but I want that how to get this figure into the text. So as soon as when I will knit all these things, there is some error, object term not found. This object term, it is not found. So so when I will knit these here in my basic document. So this is a document which I prepared for telling that what is the sampling distribution. I simply first of all call the data estimation and sampling distribution. These are the different variables, and then I tell him that there are 609 gestation age. I have plotted this the histogram of gestation age. I will just write down the summary. Then I simply selected a sample of size 50 and plotted it the histogram of it. I just checked whether it is following the normality test or not. Separable test I have used, and now consider this data as the population. You are not able to collect this complete data. In fact, you are able to collect only 50 observation. So the first sample is being drawn and its mean and variance, and then repeat this another time. Sample 2, we are going to get another mean. Sample 3, we are going to get another mean, and then in this similarly different samples are possible. How many samples are possible? So for this code is being written. Okay, this is the simply number. If you can see in the document, for this I have written the code also. Simple. Similarly, different sample are possible. The total different possible samples are choose 608, 50. So this will give me the output that how many samples are possible. So this much samples are possible. And then again for that I have just done this for 1000 sample and plotted the sampling distribution of mean. We all know that the formula for sampling distribution or this confidence interval is come with this formula. So I simply identified it that whether the sampling distribution is covering this 95% confidence interval or not. So you can see that for 95 it is 37.57 and for 5 it is 37.09. This is what so if the data is not normally distributed or skewed, then non-parametric tests are used. So this is simply a mere illustration that where we can use the formula of sampling distribution here or not. Now you can see that I can reproduce this. I have prepared some 1 year back. So I can simply reproduce all the results here in this format. If I want to convert this document in the form of presentation, I have to simply just change one line at the YML file and a whole this document will be converted into the presentation. So one another very important thing that we can do here is that this code chunks, these are always available 3 pair of backticks that you have to place. And if you are using R code, so you have to simply write down this R over here. Okay. And then you have to write down the setup. So what are these setups that if you want to, if you write down this equal to false, so it will not provide you the output. It will only provide you the code. Now this the first item in the code chunk indicates the engine to run the code. Agar aap, if you keep only this, it will simply run the code and provide you the output. Okay, you can also name the code that what actually this code is being doing. So R, and here this the name of the code is that it is importing the data. So this is something about labeling the code, and you can use this code labeling further. What are the option of these code? So code chunk can take further option if you will include equal to false. So in this above example, if you will include option is set to the false, with this option and value, nothing from the chunk will be included in the output document. Okay. And if you'll just simply write down echo equal to false, okay, or evaluate equal to true, so the code will not be there, only evaluation will be there. So, sorry. Now, what I would like to tell you that if you can see this R markdown here like this, here you can see, and here at the top, if you'll click on this visual, okay. Now the things is become quite simpler and editable for you. Okay, you need not to worry about that how you have to write down into the uh, over there. Just you have to simply focus on the way you are writing into the spaces. For example, here you can see that if I want to, you can see that these are the normal, the way you are writing. But if you want to write down into the header, so you have to just select it. Okay. So just I will just click enter, and this is my first experience of live demo of R markdown. Okay, and I will simply click net on it. Okay, so this is writing, this is my first experience of. Now again, if here you can simply, instead of normal, you select header. Okay, and you type, this is my first chance. Okay, and if you'll net, it will produce the output like this. This is my first chance. And if you'll, instead of normal, if you'll just select header 2, so you can see that what is the size here also. And you are going to get the option that if you want to add some ID or some classes, and you want to auto generate it, just simply click auto generate it and click OK. Now, if you'll again go to the source, you can see that it is simply adding how you are going to write it into when you are have to write down into the source. So just go to the visual, and if you want to add any figure in this particular, just click add figure and then browse to the figure. Just select it and then open. Okay, and then click OK. So it will add this image for you. So I guess with this, things become quite simple for you. If you want to bold, italic, underline, or you want to code text, super strike, underscore, small caps, if you want to do the bullet numbering. So the way you people are doing into the Word, now you can also do all these things into the R Markdown also. Okay, if you want to insert the code chunk, table, figure, and maths, definition, special character, you want to change the paragraph. So all these things can be inserted from here only. And so this is one of the great development by the R Markdown, that they have also given you this visual, and you can write down your document or text using this only. So one last thing that I want to discuss with you people over here is that can see that what is being done over here is that when you shift to this visual, just I just simply shift to this visual. Okay, And then in this visual, I want to insert a code over here. Okay, so insert code chunk from R. Okay, so it will be like this, and then this is a small uh, option is setting nomination. If you click on it, it will tell you that what are the various options that you can choose. So you can chunk name is demo. You want to do the demo in VISUAL. This is the now output. Show output only, show code and output only, show nothing, just run code so that it will help the further coding option, and show nothing, don't run code. So if you want to show code and output, so equal to true. So but if you will simply select show output only, so equal to false. So it will only show the output, it will not show you the code. Okay, so I will select and show warning. Sometime you run the code and you do not want to show the warning. So warning equal to true. And if you will just select it, do not show the warning, warning equal to false. You get the messages, warning false. है ना? Use paired table, use custom figure size. है ना? So you have to tell that what is the figure size you require over here, and then apply. So this is how you can decide that how your code is going to work. Okay, simply just run. So you can see that it will simply showing the what are the different head of the car. It is not going to show you the code on, because you have shown equal to true. Okay, so show code and output only. Okay, so this equal to true, if I will knit it, what it will do, in the document it will show you both code and the output. But from here, if I will simply change show the output only, apply, and then again, if again I will knit it, it will only show me the output, it will not show me the code. So by the visual, the things will become quite simple for you. And I hope with these introduction, this is just a introduction. This is not a very detailed discussion. One very important book which I usually follow is this book, R Markdown Cookbook. This is freely available. That is, he is the man behind Joy, and you can follow this book. And in this book, they have given you that what are the conceptual framework, what is the anatomy of R Markdown, what are the basics that you have to follow while writing your code, what are the various document element, means when you want to insert the page number, how you can number your section, how you can unnumber your section, cross referencing with the document, then formatting, that what font color, indent, figure alignment. If you want the things into the LaTeX output, how you can do that, है ना? If you want the things into the word, what small things that you have to take care of. Table, how you can produce the table, what are the chunk option, in very detail they have discussed all these things. And you can also produce the document into the another using other softwares also. What are the different workflows that is. So this is a very nice book, and I usually follow this book when I have to peep into the basic of R Markdown. And that is the end from me. So if there are any queries, I can take that. Hello, good morning. So if there is any query, so So you people have to practice it. Actually, this is um, if you are using latex, so it will become quite easy for you to capture the basic of R markdown. But if you are new to latex also, so don't learn latex, directly learn R markdown. It will help you a lot.
So, sir, are we going to have a break for a few minutes or you will continue?
No, what is the schedule? It's
So the schedule was like 11:20, but we don't need to restrict to that. Whatever is like convenient to you, that we can follow.
okay. So, meanwhile, before proceeding to the next session, I just send a document because if you have installed R Studio, so R Markdown is there, no problem is there. But for now, you are doing it at your desktop only, and you want to share this with one of the collaborator. uh, how to do that. So for that we need two more software to install. The one is the not one software to install, and you have to prepare your ID onto the GitHub. So how many of you have prepared your ID on the GitHub? That is my first question. Look, preparing the ID on the GitHub is some similarly like you are registering yourself onto the some Gmail account. So for that, what you people have to do, that simply, I think I have allow. So I think this Word file is being shared with all of you. Not what this document is shared with all of you. That you people have to register an account with the GitHub. So I have already registered an account on the GitHub. So whether you people have done it or not. So uh, when you will just go to the github.com, it will be something like this. So you have to simply sign up. Just click on the sign up, and if I have already the account, so just you have to write down, enter your email ID, continue, and it will help you to set up your password. And once all these things are set up, you can simply. Okay, so this GitHub. So you first of all you have to get registered yourself at the GitHub. Okay. So it's free. Just you have to take care that while choosing your name, you have to keep your own name only. Okay. Another thing that you people have to do, that you people have to uh, register or this second part is already being done, install or upgrade R or Studio. Just check. So because you people are currently in this workshop, so everything will be upgraded and updated with you. Third most important thing that you people have to is that you have to install Git. Okay. So that you, so how many of you people have installed Git? That is my another question. Because without these setups, it will be very difficult for us to uh, do this exercise. आप लोगों में से कितने लोगों ने गिटहब पे अपनी आईडी बना ली है और गिट जो है वो इंस्टॉल कर लिया अपने सेटअप में? सभी लोगों ने कर लिया है? तो हम आगे बढ़ें. नहीं किया तो वी कैन वेट फॉर सम मोर